Sarah, it's Janine. I'm sending you the highly anticipated video of changing Mila's diaper. This first video will just go over the supplies that I use, and then I'll send you the second one on how I actually change her. So the first stuff is pretty obvious. It's the wipes and butt paste if you need it. The next is I use a pillow to change her on. And I first used just one of our regular pillows from the house, and then I realized she was kind of like falling off of it. And after some research, a lot of moms were recommending using a memory foam pillow, which is a lot flatter and denser. And I found that worked well for us. You can wait and see if that's something you want to purchase or not. This was from Bed Bath & Beyond. I think it was like $25. It's the Miracle Bamboo Pillow. So I didn't get the Tempur-Pedic one, I just got this one. And it's worked out great. Next we have the highly lauded hip stick. Then 2 diapers. So for her, when she first went into surgery, she was in a size 3 diaper. And then since you can't put the tape obviously around their waist, we went up a size, and now she has ever since been in a 4 that we've been using to go underneath. And then around the cast is a size 6. But you really won't know like what size diaper to get, I feel, until you're actually in the hospital. So I had the nurses just bring me a bunch of different diaper sizes, and we just saw what worked, and then I used it from there. So the hospital is really great about that. They'll give you anything you want. And then I also asked them for feminine pads at the hospital, but when I got home, what I found worked great were the poise pads, especially the thin shape pads, because it can easily be inserted in the cast. And then, also when you're changing them, toys is a really great idea, because especially when they're on their belly, they kind of get cranky. And so that's a great distraction for them when you're trying to manipulate the diapers inside. Next is, okay, so I got these adult diapers, and one night I basically got a glass of wine and started cutting I like 7 bags of these, and got adult diapers and cut these. Let me try to get these out for you. I made these little squares, and I'll show you what to do with them when I actually change her. But again, these are just adult diapers, and I just made like tons and tons of squares. My mom and I did it. And then finally is the moleskin, which is great to pedal around the top of the cast, because sometimes there's sharp edges in the cast. But I also found it was great to do it underneath the cast as well, and I'll explain that further when I change her. But if they have an accident, instead of them having the number 2 spill directly on the cast, sometimes it will spill just on the tape, and then you just have to remove the tape and then re-tape them. So it just cuts down on any potential smelliness. Oh, and then finally what you should have is also a hair dryer. So if the pee is able to get through all of these layers, I would say it happened probably 3 times since she's had this cast, and she's been in it for like 11 weeks. So I feel like that's pretty good. Then you just want to make sure you have a hair dryer with a cool button, and that you dry if it's wet, to dry the cast completely before you start diapering her, because that's what's going to cause the smelliness, and that's what makes them cranky, because they'll start irritating their skin. So it's important to have that on hand. And then I just changed her on this bed, because I just find that all these supplies are just so ridiculously huge, and it's hard to do it on the changing table that I have. So this is just what I do, and like I said, my son isn't even using this bed yet, so it's worked out well for us, but I'm sure you can make do with whatever you have. Alright, next video will be the diaper change, so I'll see you in a second.